What's up guys, my name is Adrian and welcome back to another video. If you're considering getting an MBA, you've got three choices to fund your MBA. All cash, all debt, or a mix of both. Or if you're lucky, you get a full ride scholarship, then you don't have to go through all the hassle of coming up with funds to pay for your MBA. But assuming you're doing what most people are doing, you will end up taking out a student loan. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, over 50% of MBA students take out loans to cover their tuition and expenses. As you may know, an MBA isn't cheap and MBA tuition has increased over the past few decades. The fees for top-tier programs can easily exceed $100,000. And when factoring in living expenses, travel, textbooks, and other associated costs, the total cost of an MBA education can climb even higher. In the United States, for example, the average debt for an MBA graduate is around $80,000, and for students attending prestigious schools, it can reach over $200,000. On the other hand, student loans provide immediate financial relief, but they also create a long-term financial burden that can be difficult to manage, especially in a competitive job market. For example, imagine you take out a loan of $100,000. You will have monthly loan payments consisting of interest and repayments of around $1,000 or even more, all depending on interest rates and how high your repayments are. If you end up on the lower end of the salary range for post-MBA jobs, say $120,000 per year, you might find it challenging to balance student loan payments with living expenses, especially in cities with a high cost of living and if you also have other financial obligations such as a mortgage. And for some people, outstanding debt can even delay major milestones such as purchasing a home or starting a family, as they're prioritizing paying down their student loans. Of course, there is always risk associated with any investment, but I personally believe the rewards will pay off over the course of your career. And by the way, there is no reason to feel ashamed. You'd be surprised how much borrowing people do to get an MBA. After all, the money spent on education is an investment in yourself and your future. Now, let's take a look at some statistics. First of all, there is no official data on student loans that schools publish, since many leading business schools in the United States stopped reporting those figures around 2016 and the years after. But Bloomberg, for example, is a good source if you want to find some data. Bloomberg gathers information from surveys of MBA graduates done by Bloomberg itself, which then publishes the numbers in what they call an ROI calculator. And I'm gonna drop the link in the description below. So this is real up-to-date data. And as you can see, MBA students are willing to borrow a lot of money for an MBA and the network that comes with it. Let's go through some examples. At Harvard Business School, the median debt is around $113,000, while at Columbia Business School, the median debt is $118,000. And as you go down the rankings, the median debt will also be lower. For example, at Notre Dame's Mendoza School of Business, the median debt is $65,000. The highest borrowing occurs at the Wharton School of Business, where graduates who borrow to get an MBA there leave campus with a median debt of over $160,000, which is higher than any other business school in the world. So you have to make a choice for yourself. Do you invest in yourself and in your future, or do you use that kind of money to make a down payment for a house or for a nice sports car? Student debt always has financial implications, and it can be a burden to repay a loan. And to be honest, the prospect of facing years of debt repayment can feel overwhelming. But keep in mind, with an MBA degree, you are generally able to secure higher paying jobs compared to your peers who only have a bachelor's degree. If you want to get an MBA but don't have the necessary funds to pay for the degree outright, or you do not want to take out a student loan, there are other options. For example, you might want to consider more affordable options such as part-time or online MBA programs, which allow you to work while pursuing your degree. These programs often have lower tuition fees and offer more flexible schedules, which can help reduce the financial burden. I always recommend checking for scholarships and financial aid packages that each school offers. It's always worth asking the admissions committee because you never know, you might meet the requirements for financial support. All in all, MBA students are willing to borrow a lot of money for an MBA degree, and there is no shame in taking out a student loan to finance your education. It's definitely not an easy decision, so make sure you research enough and visit the schools you want to attend. And again, there is never really enough research and due diligence you can do to find the right school for you. If you do decide to take out a student loan, bear in mind that you will not only have to be able to pay for the tuition, but also for your living expenses. So make sure you get a loan that is high enough to cover those expenses as well. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this content and got value out of it, please hit the like button down below, and on your way down there, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't done that already. That's it for today, and I'll catch you next time.